Let's go on and get back to the blonde and the butt. Butt. The blonde and the butt. Butt. So now we get to the blonde and the butt's romantic part of their date. So she keeps saying, I want to hear, I'm in love with you. Well, do you hear what I hear? Of course not. Of course not. Were these 8 weeks in vain? Is I love you coming? Of course not. She said I didn't know if we'd move past the friendship point. Well, you clearly haven't. Well, I don't know you friendly because you seem to be giving him, but he ain't giving you. Child, he just scratching that neck and she's giving the... Somebody get her some sunscreen. She's freckled through her décolletage enough. So now we got Bree and Vincent, and Vincent is like, I am really not here for these big animals. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna ride the horse. I get it. If you're too afraid, it ain't working for you. Brianna tiny, she can fly off that horse, bounce on her tiny butt, and get right back up. Us big guys, oh no, that's a snap neck. He's afraid of hurting himself. All right, he finally get on. They was like, you getting on this horse. Okay, I'm not afraid to ride a horse, not that slow anyway. Like, I ain't trying to go, flying down the lane. But that looks cool. He's like, so how did you like it? I wasn't feeling it. He's like, I like to be prepared and I'd love a little input. He said, don't surprise me doing nothing crazy like bungee jumping and skydiving because I'm not going to do it. I respect that. He's like, look, this is a boundary. Now, if you want to swim with sharks, girl, that's you. Some people don't like roller coasters. Some people don't like scary movies. So now we have Jennifer Aniston and boring Jacob. Oh, they have to do an exercise to speak highly of each other? What about just not liking each other and moving on? What about that? Chris and Paige finally did it. They should get hip. So she finally was a teeny bit nice. I was like, okay, that was, it was generic nice, what I expected from you. Nothing extra, nothing really insightful. But then again, you've been so busy trying to look away from him. How could you say something insightful when you're so short-sighted within your own life? Oh, he's throwing shade already. I believe you have a unique personality and drive that will serve you well in the future of finding success. Oh my goodness, what do I hear? A kiss off. Oh God. Boring Jacob, getting a divorce from this heifer is not a failure, it's a success. We all looking at 40. I'm looking at it like this. Hi, 40. I'll tell you one thing I ain't getting with no heifer like Haley. No Jennifer Aniston. Oh, you just always want to be so disobedient. No Jennifer Anistons over here. You want to settle down and start a family with someone who loves you or at least likes and respects you. Child, this heifer would put rat poison in your coffee and steal your home. Back with the blonde and the butt, they're waking up from a nap. I hope it's post-coitus. We know it ain't. Oh, so they're gonna have to write each other love letters. Let's see if he'll get on to saying I love you or if he'll just skirt, skirt, skirt around it. And speaking of skirting around it, that butt's gonna stretch out her clothes when he gets into drag. So he signed it, Love Ryan. So is that enough? I mean, is that good enough? Like, I feel like that's all you're gonna get. Get the dick. You gotta love Ryan. Now, if you can get the dick, I guess you're gonna have to be all right. You're gonna have to settle with his ass. Well, with his butt. And he just sitting there smiling like he done something. Girl, sit on his face. Just sit on his face. I'm sick of him. You is kind. You is generous. You is incredibly important. Okay, girl. So we're sitting around having dinner. Even Jennifer Aniston and boring Jacob are having a good time. So we're talking about what we're gonna do after decision day. Vincent's lease is up in April, so Brianna's gonna move in with him, and she's like, I guess. But they seem to have already talked about it. The blonde and the butt are getting their stuff together. Seems like she'll be moving in with him. And the drunkard and the conservative, well, she said, I'm not moving into the condo. He's gone for work a lot. My lease is up in April, so I'll be moving back home. Yeah, and you ain't coming back. Oh, nobody asked Jennifer and Jacob what they was doing after this. Nobody asked that. Nobody said, who moving in with who? You're both moving back in with your dogs. And of course, the conservative doesn't like it. Well, we don't like you. She's like, well, look, I don't know why you ain't started trying to rent out your place. You said it was going to take a long time. Start it. She said you got 4 months until my lease is up. She's more concerned about her cats than the cock. Girl, you got your priorities fucked up. Okay, you breed it. You might have to give that up, and he's allergic to cats, and you gonna move these pets, and yeah, y'all may need a freestanding structure, but you know, you're Moneybags McGee, so I don't know why he's not like, oh, let me go on and purchase this house. You can pay 2 mortgages. She's having one of her anxiety moments, you can tell by the way she's talking. So the couples are trying to help them compromise, and they're like, okay, what about a cat room? I'm not gonna keep them in a room. Well, your husband is allergic, so cats is just gonna be all over the house. Your husband always gonna be sneezing. They should have really put pet allergies on here, because that's a deal breaker. She don't want to be married, no way. She want to keep sleeping on her friend's couch. Oh, this is what it feels like. This is what I said. This is what it feels like. This is what I said. It's like Tyler frickin' Perry. Y'all need to break up and not make up. 2 hours later, it's time for the arguments. Oh God, she got the cats in the bed with her and he allergic. I'm really getting sick of her. He said, we've got to find a middle ground on this. Well, my cats are going to sleep in the bed, they do what they want. And it's like, she's using this as an excuse to get out of the merge. It's a smoke screen. Gaslight with your cats like, she gonna gaslight, she don't want you. You better get up and get on. You better get up and get the fuck on. Gaslight. She's very little girl with her excuses. I agree with them. And it's a sad day when I agree with the conservative. Dr. Pepper Schwartz, you ain't shit. I hope this has been a meaningful experience for our 4 couples. You was supposed to have 5. It meant something to Paige, all right. Embarrassment. So the conservative is trying to be rational the next morning, and the drunk is still on her bull. He said, we need to get on the same team, or I'm gonna give you this right here. So Vincent and Brianna arguing about where they gonna live. So Jake left and Jennifer walking around looking for him. For what? You gave him his bracelet back. Y'all were cool, but come on now. Why you faking the funk? Because you want your moment. You think you're gonna find a husband. Think again. You lying piece of shit. I thought Jake and I were getting on better footing. You were sleeping in separate bedrooms. You'd argued all trip. Grow up. Oh God, he's still not ready to say I love you to a woman. All right, well that was the shit. Now we got unmatchables. I don't know if I can look at this. I might peep at it if I need a bumper.